Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Bozmos2, where we are playing Chaco. This is turn 72, and before we actually go through everything, this is the end of the game. Not specifically this turn, but this game has had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of issues. It had a lag issue for a very long time that did get fixed recently in the last 10 turns or so, and that's been great. But the number, just the sheer number of people involved, the lag issues, some balancing issues that people had, some interpersonal issues that people had, etc., has caused it to be that there are very few people left, even so far as the actual human controllers. A good portion, maybe probably a third. There are maybe 30-ish people left, and probably a good third of that aren't taking their turns anymore, period. And then maybe another half of that are not really wanting to take their turns anymore. They're kind of done with the game, they're tired of it, or they're annoyed by it, or frustrated by things, etc., etc. So there had been talk a little while back, around turn 50-ish or so, about the idea of ending the game at turn 100. Just having a flat-out hard cutoff. Whoever has the most thrones by that point, or the most ascension points, wins. End of discussion. That has basically been determined that no one really wants to play the game that long. Well, I say no one. There are still people who are more than willing to play, but it's devolved into such a large fiesta, right? That the general consensus is that there's no way we're making it to turn 100 and it being enjoyable, etc., etc. So, game is set to end. Now, as a part of the game ending, a couple of people spoke up and were like, hey, if we're going to end the game, what's the harm in taking another turn or two and trying to set up some big climactic finishes and going from there? And just to kind of like have a last minute ball. And so that has been arranged. So the game is going to go until turn 74, giving just a smidgen of time to make it to a nearby location and try to have a battle with the neighbor. A bunch of people have orchestrated arrangements throughout the game. We have orchestrated an arrangement with both Foray Flegra and with MA Atlantis. So we are going to have final major battles with Foray Flegra and MA Atlantis, and that is going to be on turn 74. Our battle with Foray Flegra is going to happen here in Ucrema, and then our battle with MA Atlantis is going to happen here in Midria. And it's going to be kind of a scramble. It's less of a scramble over here in and against Foray Flegra, because obviously we have armies here. We've been fighting Foray Flegra, but pulling together an army for the battle against MA Atlantis is going to be a bit of a struggle. We do have this kind of stack here in Bergamum, but it's not exactly... It's mostly just a shit ton of Star Priests. We have another fair amount of just Star Priests over here, and we don't really have a lot of units here either. So this has been something that we've known for quite a while, that if Atlantis decided to attack us, we'd probably be fucked, because the vast majority of our military might is over here. But we've been working towards setting up more, and we've been kind of coming online with a couple of different things here or there, but it would probably take us another 5 to 10 turns to be able to get to the point to where we can really start producing armies. So we're kind of in a little bit of a situation. So we're in a little bit of a pickle. So let's circle back around and take a look at what happened this turn. See if any of those developments actually affect what's happening going forward. And then we'll talk about kind of what our plans are going forward. So last turn we had Silver One empower himself in Astral. So our silver 1 over here is now an astral 5 without any gear, right? The intent was that we were going to be like, okay, we'll empower him once, twice, and then we'll do a what were we gonna do? I don't even remember. Doesn't matter now, because now we're never gonna get to that point, but now we can actually have him cast Gateway. So he is actually going to be the way that the majority of these troops make it to this final battle, because he's going to gateway over to the Verdant Steppe. Otherwise, we did not really have the ability to get these units into that battle. So our Katsina warriors have 14 move speed, same for our Katsina ogres, and same for our Chacoan elite warriors. So they were not going to make it. Well, maybe they would. I'd have to go through the... So farmland, plains are 3, so it'd be 3, 6... 3, 6... 9, 12... 3, 6, 9, 12. They could potentially make it. But to ignore that, we're just going to gateway over to the Verdant Steppe and prevent ourselves from that hassle. Not really a, oh my god, yes, wait, is it 3 or is it 4 for plains? I think it's 3 for plains. Anyways. Other stuff that has happened. Wuyatu got attacked by a mage, but resisted, so that's good. We summoned some bears up in Old Man, which is going to still be good. We had a nightmare projected at Wuya 11. That's good. That we resisted. Didn't find anything with an Auspex. We continued to do ogre dances here in Chaco, and that's kind of one of the things that I was talking about. The plan was for the next couple turns to start putting more Hmong Katsinas into Chaco, and then start producing a bit more of a ogre dancing factory, basically, where I'm doing like 3 to 5 ogres per turn, and then hoping that they can kind of do something later on. I don't think that would have mattered too terribly much, though. So. Anyways, moving on. We did a vision tranche. We were successful. Managed to resist. Cool. We did some cloud trapezes. Sweet. Nothing really happened. We got attacked. Mentally, Wuyatu got attacked 2 more times. Resisted each one. So this is 4A trying to like mind hunt me. But we have 21 base magic resistance with our amulet of anti-magic, which is decent. It's pretty good. It's not like end of the world good, but it's pretty good. Actually, we have higher than that. We're in drain right now, so. Cure disease, discovered a hostile mage scrying. Cool, fantastic. We got attacked in Pastina and lost that. Over here. But happened. Oh, we must have immediately moved afterwards. Yeah, we immediately moved afterwards. So, a Star Priest got attacked by a Spine Horror. Unfortunate. This is because of new relays spreading of madness constantly. 4A Phlegra attacked us in Moliton. Just a little raid. We were moving out of Pastina, so we popped these ghouls very easily. We raided in Kangobia, and we actually lost, but fortunately, we retreated. So we had previously taken this province, or we hadn't taken it, but we had jumped on it, and he didn't move off of it, or he didn't move anything off of. So we were very fortunate to survive here. We attacked into Lupia, and we killed a whole bunch of units, but we did not survive. Well, I mean, we did not win. We can actually check real quick. There's nothing really exciting about this battle, though. It's just our standard, quintessential thing. There's a bunch of winter wolves here, and some swamp dragons. Strength of Gaia. Those winter wolves do actually fatigue me out. Right, so that's an issue. And I have morale broken. I didn't realize I morale broke already. How did I morale break at 26? That seems stupid to me. I don't like morale in this game. I really don't. Like, the more and more I play it, the more and more I come to realize that I do not like how easy it is for certain people to morale break. Like, this guy has routed at 26 morale against winter wolves, like, because they fatigued him out. Because they won't kill him. They'll just regen. You know, if he was 14 fatigue or something like that, I could understand. But he's gonna kill probably all of these winter wolves, or he'll rout them, because otherwise he wouldn't unfatigue. Okay, so yeah, he's killed all the winter wolves, right? So now he can unfatigue. And somehow everyone's routed except for the breeders. I don't know how these guys don't rout. Like, how does a 26 morale unit rout getting attacked by winter wolves and not even dropping below half HP, right? But fatiguing out. How does that unit rout when these units have lost way over the 50% margin of HP for their starting armies? And they're sitting in here 14 morale, 12 morale. They're just like, yeah, whatever, we got this. It's okay. That's bullshit. Like, it's legitimately bullshit. Again, this guy's still just hanging out. That's horseshit. I really do not like morale in this game. And I get there are ways to get around it, right? Like, use a flesh eater, by God. Use things like growing fury or whatever. But it just feels bad. It just doesn't feel... 9 times out of 10, whenever morale is a problem for you, it's a shitty problem to have. Or it's a problem that doesn't feel like it should be a problem. 26 morale breaks it almost instantly. Like, watch, again, legitimately. 26 morale. Gets attacked by winter wolves. See how bad his HP drops. $45. Back up to 52. And he's already routed. Why? Why has he routed? There's no fear on any of these enemies. Right? Like, let's check it. You know, maybe he got hit by something. Maybe there was a fear effect on something that hit him. What's the there we go, it's V. You gotta click on him and then press V. Someone told me that freaking command a while back and I keep... Okay, we've got just a whole bunch of stuff to go through. But all this cold fatigue, I wish this log was easier to read, right? I wish there was like a very clear, like, this stuff's in red, right? And this stuff's in white. Have a yellow for your morale break, or let me search. Have a search bar for me to search for, like, morale or damage, right? So then it only shows me results for that. Frostbest Froth. Okay, all that happens. Gas Strength of Gaia. Hit in the arm. I attack them. Arm. Trying to see if I can specifically find the point where we route and see if there's like a reason why. Ethereal's negating a bunch of damage. Shocking Grass firing off. Like, I'm not seeing someone casting a spell or doing something specifically. Lion Tribe Warrior. Someone with better eyes, more practiced eyes looking for a very specific thing might be able to see what I am missing. Well, I say what I'm missing. I'm not. I don't know what I'm looking for to even miss. I was hoping that I was going to see something like Booyah broke, you know? Or see like someone cast Panic, you know, or Terror or some shit. I'm not seeing that. So he just routes. Gets hit too many times, routes. So, okay, cool, whatever. Here's the thing. He routed to a province. He's perfectly fine. It's just it's annoying, right? Like that mechanic is just it feels like there should be more clarity to it, right? Like show me why was it just really, really bad luck, right? Was there just exploding dice on a bad morale check or something like that? If show me that. Show me those numbers so that I can be like, oh, fuck. That was a 2% chance. Damn, that's unfortunate, right? Rather than just being like, well, 26 morale seemed pretty good to me. Guess not. Oh well, keep going. You know, like, WTF. Anyways, we also attack in Smacia. We raid there. No real issues. Our undefended province, he basically just raids back. We witness a battle, Lemuria attacking Phasia, but it's really, really teeny tiny. I say it's really teeny tiny. Actually, Phasia puts up a really good defense, I suppose. It's a whole bunch of Colossi Weavers, and they just communion up. So communion up, and then we've seen what happens with communions against the undead. You go. Oh, actually, they're doing a bunch of other different stuff. They're doing blade winds and stuff like that, which is probably not the route they should go. Glass Strike? What's Glass Strike? Solar Rays, y'all. Like, absolutely Solar Rays. Glass Strike seems good, though. Flame Eruption. Alright. Alright. Ice Darts. Okay. Wow. Sends them routing, though. So, also seems like a silly place to route. It's... okay. Someone hasn't routed, though. It's this guy. This guy hasn't routed. I don't know. I know the routing mechanics are based in fact, right? Based in math. It's just they're not forward-facing enough for me to see a lot of the times, like, why X or Y happened. So Lemuria wins, but does lose a whole crap ton of Spectrals along the way, which has kind of been Lemuria's MO, it feels. Just winning, sure, but dear lord, that's a lot of ghosts to lose along the way. Another battle here in Phasia. Watch this one. I think this one is bigger, but I'm not sure. A whole lot more ghosts. And about twice as many or thrice as many Colossi Weavers, but really not a lot of else. So, see if this goes better for them this time around. Really favor that Glass Strike. It seems to do well. It really covers a wide area. There's just so many ghosts. They had 20 or 30 more units of chaff. They absolutely would be able to hold against this. But so many ghosts. Yep. Yep. Alright, cool. So 281 losses. Did work, but not enough. Bunch of unexpected events. Band of mercenaries. Ablak Earth Gnome joined. Some unrest, lost some taxes. Got some unrest, lost some taxes. Had a forest fire. Lost province income. Misfortune and magic. Okay, cool. Also had a battle in Rasenna where we lost, and a battle in Grifa where. Okay, let's talk about what's actually going on. We're continuing to raid with Bozmod2 because Bozmod2 can't make it back to anything to participate in the fight. And then we are basically moving all of our Old Man / Pastena forces into Old Man for the battle at Ukrema. So we only have one turn to move things here, and then we'll be moving into Ukrema. So we gotta go fast. Who is here? So these units can't jump from Pastena to Old Man. Not all of them, anyways. So they are gonna have to walk their happy asses to Grifa, and hopefully after that we'll be fine. And we can jump from Grifa to Ukrema. That's the goal, anyways. Fingers crossed. And then Silver 10 can just go straight into Old Man. We're also bringing Bozmod2 into Old Man. In Old Man itself, we are doing... I'm trying to put together as much stuff as I can. We need some Earth Boots and we need a Thistle Mace to maximize our casting abilities. Fortunately, I didn't really talk about this, did I? Alteration 9 is complete. So we completed Alt 9. This is a pretty opportune time for us to have completed Alt 9. So now we'll have Army of Lead, or Army of Gold, but probably Army of Lead in this final battle. That should help us against... It should help us against both. I'm not sure how much it's going to help us against Atlantis. I think we have a... Because we fought against Phlegra, and we fought against Atlantis before. Not truly fought against Atlantis, but I think we have a decent chance against Foray Phlegra. I don't think we have a very good chance against Atlantis. So we are going to be just... We'll be going more in depth over the actual setups next turn as we launch into it. But for now, not really doing too terribly much else. I probably should have spent more time this turn. I was really tired when I was doing this turn, but I probably should have spent more time just summoning chaff, just to get it involved, right? But is what it is. We're doing a Thistle Mace and Earth Boots over here, and then the mad scramble to get to 560 is the next big thing. So we're gatewaying a bunch of troops over there, but then everyone else is moving as far as they can, generally speaking, mostly to Smacia, and then we're also sending in a Crystal Sorceress up to Walton. I don't know why we're not sending both of this. I feel like this was just a misclick by me or something like that, but it is what it is. We're summoning Displacer Beasts in the Verdant Steppes, summoning Bears in the Verdant Steppes, just trying to get more chaff into the mix, also recruiting as many Spear Warriors as we can, etc. I think we're also recruiting over in Old Man. Yeah, we're recruiting just as many Spear Warriors as we possibly can, just to add to the mix. And then we're moving all of these units from Bergamum, which aren't that many, honestly, over to Tyrannia in order to hopefully cross over into Midria. If this doesn't stay, right, like it's early spring, so we should be fine, but if for whatever reason this flips to neutral, we're not going to be able to bring this portion of the army because we're not going to have time to move across this portion and then back in. Probably not anyways. Maybe we would. But yeah. So, nothing, no rituals or anything like that going on here. And then over here in Ablak, we're moving forces. Right, we're moving some of these forces into Bergamum for the off chance that we'll actually be able to make it into Midria, but we probably won't. And then we are actually teleporting into the Verdant Steppe with some of our units, using our Starshine Skullcap and our Ring of Sorcery to kind of boost ourselves up a little bit. Ooh, and our Crystal Coin to boost ourselves up a little bit. So those will be able to jump into Verdant Steppe, and then maybe we will, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I might send those items back over here to these other sorceresses and teleport them into Midria, because we do own the province. So we kind of have a little bit of leeway as far as that goes. Doing an Amulet of Anti-Magic, a Firebrand, Winged Shoes, trying to kind of like make a little last-minute outfit. And then we're probably just going to throw these things on Wuyas and Monkatinas and stuff like that. I don't know, because I know Atlantis is really big and really pretty well researched, and we've had bumps in the past that have not gone well. I think Atlantis is just a bad matchup for Chaco, period. But I also think Atlantis is probably way ahead of where we want to be. So I think our matchup against MA Atlantis is probably going to go pretty bad, unless we get really lucky with like a massive communion of Star Priests and they just go fucking ham. But I don't really anticipate that happening. I think we probably get destroyed. We've seen Atlantis use Acid Storm in the past, and I think that's probably going to come down and probably just screw over our Star Priests. But we'll see. But against Foray Flegra, we've had really good results, and we just also have way more of our military might here, right? We have a lot of Katsina warriors, we have a lot of Wuyas, we have several Monkatinas, our god is going to be there, right? So it just feels like we're probably set up better against Foray Flegra. And that's really it, honestly. We don't really have a whole lot else that we can do. We're doing a little bit of forging elsewhere. Ring of Frost, Boots of the Messenger. Don't really know what else we've got going on. So, you know, these other units I just couldn't get there. Oh, we're cloud trapezing these Banshees to Old Man. Probably should have brought them to Midria instead. I think Old Man is probably got the support that it needs. Probably should have focused more on the battle with Atlantis. Anyways, that's going to be it for the game. Kind of a random, just like, oh, game is ending type scenario. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We were kind of stuck in I don't want to say an unfun situation. I was having fun battling it out against Niflheim and Foray Flegra. And I think we were doing okay against Foray Flegra and Niflheim. But it was only a matter of time before, you know, Lemuria or Atlantis or Satis were like, okay, it's time for Chaco to die. And then just came at me. Probably Atlantis, honestly, in the nearest. I think Lemuria was probably going to fight Atlantis. There had been talk back and forth about that, and maybe I would have joined in on either side. I think Satis was busy elsewhere, off-world. So maybe they wouldn't have come for me, but I probably would not have been long for this world, especially if things did not go well against Flegra or Niflheim. So, who knows? Anyways, that's going to be it for this turn. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.